When I started my Instagram account back in 2018, it was so I could share little updates with friends and family of things I'd bought to make our new house look nice. It was more for me than anything else, a bit like an online scrapbook and somewhere I could document everything, swap ideas and get some inspiration. I soon realised that Instagram was a really positive, supportive place, and I started making connections with various other interiors accounts. I became Insta friends with some lovely people. We'd comment on and like each other's posts, and I learned about things like using hashtags and follow trains in order to get my posts seen by more people. By April 2018, and after only a month, I'd somehow reached 1,000 followers, and I was really enjoying being on there each day, posting my pictures and seeing my account grow. I'd started posting what I thought were nothing more than silly videos on my stories of me cleaning to my favourite tunes, but they seemed to be really popular. People also found it hilarious that I named all of my cloths, so big up Minky Dave, Kermit Pinky and the rest of the cloth family, which made me smile because it's just something I've always done but never admitted to out loud. I thought people would think I was crazy for it, but they loved it. For some reason, it was a story of me shining my sink one night that caused the biggest reaction. I used Sif, or rather Cliff, as I like to call him, teamed with Buddy, gave them a banging R&B backing track, as you know I love to do, and suddenly my inbox was flooded with DMs. It's so funny what gets people going. After that, cleaning my sink and putting my cloths to bed became a nightly routine, and my following continued going up at the most insane rate, like tens of thousands of people every day. I remember being a bit stunned by it all and saying to my mum, "Mum, I'm getting all of these new followers. They're just going up, and it isn't showing any signs of slowing down, and I have no idea why." My mum, bless her, isn't clued up about social media in the slightest, so it was even more baffling to her. She said, "What have you done here, Soph?" "I don't know, Mum. I've just been shining my sink." My mum says that "I was just" has been my catchphrase my whole life. And whenever I say it, she thinks, "Oh God, here we go," because it usually means I've accidentally caused some sort of drama. She looked at me, smiled and shook her head and said, "Only you, Soph. Only you." I think it was when my beloved Minky cloths sold out around the world after I'd used them to hinch my kitchen that I was like, hold on a minute, something seriously weird is happening here. There was a time when you couldn't get Minkies anywhere apart from some devious traders on Amazon who were taking the mickey out of the situation and whacking the usual price up from £2.49 to £30 a pop. I told my followers to hang on, not to fall for the con artist, and that Minky would be getting more out as soon as they could. That was a position I didn't think I'd ever find myself in. From there, you could say it snowballed, although it felt more like an avalanche, if I'm honest. It was unstoppable. Word travelled fast on Instagram, and I was suddenly gaining 50,000 followers a day. The numbers were out of this world. People with big followings were sharing my posts and stories, and then the press started to pick up on me as well. When I hit the mainstream media, the attention moved up another level, and after that, there was no going back. I can't explain why it happened, and if you asked me to go back and repeat it, I couldn't. But it all came together and just seemed to explode. I started getting emails from brands and companies saying they'd like to work with me because they'd seen products like the Minky cloth and my Veleda mop, Vera to her friends, which I used and recommended, selling so well. But while I was interested to hear more about these opportunities that were becoming available to me, I had no idea what to do with all of these requests and offers. I'd only ever worked in sales and then trained as a hairdresser, so this was all completely alien to me. I didn't even know being an influencer was a job, and yet I found myself being referred to as one.